Hey friends, it's UrsulasRevenge. It's Roadmap Day. This month's roadmap is dedicated entirely to Camp Western. So let's go through week by week and see what's coming in the next month. On July 22nd, which is next week, we have the update titled The Western Festival Arrives. A new festival fairground for all players has opened up in Moreland. Some fan favorite activities such as the High Striker and crop growing can be found there, along with twisty-turny fairground fun race. Meanwhile, Carl welcomes all Star Riders to the second festival hub over at Starshine Ranch. We're gearing up to collect some gold and get our hands dirty around the ranch. The arrival of the Western Festival is not the only thing happening this week. We welcome our new Trailblazer track, Trail of the Headliner, and a much anticipated four-legged friend joins us. Welcome to the American Quarter Horse. So very big update next week. Obviously, Camp Western is here. We already knew that was coming. We know that there's going to be two fairgrounds this time. We are going to have a Moreland hub for people who are not Star Riders, and there will be a second fairground at Starshine Ranch, like usual, for Star Riders. So very exciting this time around. It is not exclusive to Star Riders. There will be stuff for everyone to do. Some activities from the Starshine Ranch fairground will move over to the Moreland one, like the High Striker Daily with Conrad. Ooh, I wonder if that's why they updated Conrad. Huh, okay, that makes sense. As well as Jasper and Dorothy's pumpkin growing thing. Last year, if you participated in that, you got a cute little pumpkin pet. So I'm wondering if we're going to get a new variation of that this year. And it also looks like there's going to be a new race at the Moreland Hub, which is very exciting. And then, of course, we're very excited that the American Quarter Horse is coming out. And this article actually has a few kind of sneak peeks at some more colors. So we did see one coat color that was revealed in the blog post a couple of weeks ago, but it looks like we maybe have two for sure additional coats. There's two other horses, but I'm not sure if they're quarter horses. One of them looks more like a Mustang and the other one looks more like an American Saddlebred, both of which I think are already released in the game. And we also have the return of the Trailblazer track, which I am so excited for. I've been missing the Trailblazer track. I have been yearning for a Trailblazer track. I am so ready for this. I think they've spoiled, not Star Stable, but the community has spoiled what the outfit set is going to look like. And actually, you know what? I think Star Stable has too, because I'm scrolling through their Instagram and I believe it's this outfit. This outfit in tack, I believe, is the Trailblazer outfit set. We did also get confirmation from a previous blog post that the next Trailblazer track will revert back to what we knew and loved previously before these last two Trailblazer tracks. So I believe we are going back to getting 1 point per gatherable and no cap on the daily limit. So you'll be able to get 10 for every activity after your first 12. So very exciting stuff. And that's all just the first week. The second week on July 29th, we have Bale Bonanza. The ranch life never has peace and quiet. Festival visitors are struggling to get to Starshine Ranch due to hay bales blocking the way. But fear not, we're sure there are some helpful cowboys and cowgirls on the ranch who can help. This week, we also welcome a Western-themed bazaar with the American Paint Horse, the American Saddlebred, the Quarter Horse, and the Tennessee Walker. So, Apple, you're eating good in the neighborhood because your Tennessee Walker is going on sale. Very exciting. So if you are looking to get any of those horses, definitely wait until the second week of the festival because there will be a bazaar. Also, interesting note here, they are making the distinction between the American Quarter Horse and the Quarter Horse. So the one that is going on sale is not the American Quarter Horse that comes out the week before. That would be silly. They would never put it on sale that quickly. The Quarter Horse is the previous Quarter Horse that we already have. The previous American Quarter Horse we already have, I should say. So like what they've been doing with the horses that get updated a couple years after, if the model already exists in Generation 3, they have been adjusting the older horse's name to something else. So in the case of the Andalusian, the old one became the Jorvik Andalusian, and the new one became the regular Andalusian. But since the previous one was also the American Quarter Horse, they couldn't change it to the Jorvik Quarter Horse. So it makes sense to just drop it down to the Quarter Horse so that the new model can be American Quarter Horse. I've seen a lot of people be confused and not understand why they're doing this. It is to avoid confusion and to denote the difference between the two models, even though they're the same breed of horse. It makes sense to change the old horse's name because you want the newest horse that more closely represents that breed to actually have that breed's name. So they wouldn't just change the new one to the Quarter Horse when it more closely aligns to the American Quarter Horse than the previous one that we had that released a couple years ago. that less accurate version becomes the mundane or the Jorvik version. And then in addition to that, I think it's just a little teaser to some of the additional dailies we are getting as the weeks progress. But this time it's going to be a daily about maybe moving some hay bales. Next up on August 5th, we have Heaps of Hay. Racing around like a madman can make anyone hungry, and horses are no different. This week, we not only race through a wild hay race, but also ensure the horses of the ranch stay fine and fed. Speaking of horses, this week we welcome a permanent coat variation of the Jorvik Mountain Horse. So again, more dailies as the event progresses. There's going to be a new race and a daily to feed the horses, and a new variation of the Jorvik Mountain Horse. So again, according to spoilers, we do know what this mountain horse already looks like. I'm not going to show it because it hasn't been officially released by Star Stable yet, but as the community, we assumed that it was going to be another festival exclusive variation, because last year they set the precedent that there would be festival exclusives, but it seems like this year they won't be festival exclusive, they will be permanent variations, sort of like the 2 horses that released during the Summer Days event. And finally, the update on August 19th, Rowdy Renegades. The Renegades had tried their hand at mischief, but it seems to have backfired. One does not simply contain the crazy animals they've kidnapped. The Renegades might actually need some help at restoring their things. It may be the final week of the Western Festival and the trail of the headliner, but we also say hello to a new addition, a permanent Appaloosa coat variation. So again, like the Jorvik Mountain Horse, we are also getting another coat variation. This one has also been spoiled. However, it is also permanent. So nothing to worry about exclusives. I'm assuming the horses and mules that were released last year may stay exclusive, but I'm not sure. And also this update highlights some new activities that will be coming to the Camp Western event this time around. As always with these next up in Jorviks, when they relate to events, they don't necessarily talk about things that are returning. So they didn't bring up the exclusive horses, they didn't bring up the renegade chest, finding the horses, and the different things you do daily. They didn't mention the gold, although I know that the gold is going to work differently this year than it worked last year based off of the blog post. It seems like it's going to be more about how much you collect, and there's going to be like milestone rewards instead of just collect a bunch of gold and trade it to Gary. And additionally, if you also heard in the blog post, the wolves will not be returning this year. So I'm not sure how much that affects some of the other activities. Like the chests I was talking about, part of the challenge of that was not only just finding them, but also evading the wolves while you try to open them. So I'm curious if those items will also return, or if they will be updated or changed, or if maybe they'll just leave them the same. I have no idea. So what I'm trying to get at is everything that's in the next up in Jorvik is not the only things coming in the next 4 weeks. There will still be more activities. There are going to be tons of outfit unlocks. There's going to be things you can redeem for tokens. And I'm sure some of the races that we had last year will also return. But until the event gets here and we progress through the weeks, we won't truly know what actually will be returning. We'll just have to discover that along the way. Well, anyways, that is going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another video like this. I do try to cover every Wednesday update and more. Just also a quick little PSA, I feel like as the years go on, the community's gotten more and more impatient, especially regarding coat colors, because we don't have as many spoilers. But, you know, for the last couple horses that we haven't had spoilers, Star Stable has been trickling in the coat reveals throughout the week before the horse releases. So I know I've seen a lot of people be very vocal on social media asking and begging and pleading for these horse coats. Just be a little patient. Star Stable, they know what they're doing. They will show us the horses. It'll only be up to a couple days before. However, we will still see the horses. And plus, even if you don't see them in advance, you will still see them in the game. They're not going anywhere. They're not going to disappear in a couple of days. You'll have plenty of time to actually look through the coats, decide which one you want, and purchase it. It is okay if you don't get it the first thing that you do when you log in next Wednesday. You have time. You have time to peruse and make your decision and then purchase the horse. They're not going anywhere. Knowing what horse you're getting in advance is nice, but it's not going anywhere. You have time. Don't worry. And with that all said, I will see you all next week for the start of Camp Western. Bye!